can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their home.
What's up, taters? Welcome to my channel, The Treehouse News. And yes, another video about Jasmine Ratchet, aka Jasmine Crockett. But you know what? This is a bittersweet type of video because the Democrats are turning against her. She ain't safe like she thought she was. But I want to catch you up on some things that's been going down since she basically humiliated and degraded and talked against being ableist, as it may, against Governor Abbott. She refused to apologize and is doubling down, which is not looking good for her, but it's so good for us. So at the Doge committee meeting, you know, our girl MTG was going to go in. And, well, she called her out.
Hey, if you look on NPR's website, there is still zero mention of any negative coverage of any Democrat today. And trust us, there are more than plenty of examples to pull from. How about a member from this committee making fun of the governor of Texas for having a disability and living his life in a wheelchair? Miss Marr. From headlines to podcasts to documentaries to children's programming, NPR and PBS have all but abandoned their promise to deliver unbiased, nonpartisan, and fact-based reporting. The American people have woken up to this nonsense and blatant disregard for truth, and truth matters. And they will not put up with it any longer.
Now, Mrs. Jasmine Ratchet didn't like that. She did not like that at all, hunty. But she gonna show how tough she is by using profanity. I kid you not. This woman is always cussing, okay? Like a hood rat. She's not even from the hood. But anyway, she starts cussing and she looks so terrible. Check this out.
About emergency management, and they don't care about free speech, all of which are harming American people. In fact, I'm going to skip off real quick because they have tried to come for you, Miss Mayor, and I just want to clarify, you did not work for NPR when those statements were made, did you?
That is correct, Madam
And to be clear, free speech is not about whatever it is that y'all want somebody to say. And the idea that you want to shut down everybody that is not Fox News is... We need to stop playing because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinions of anybody else. And the Constitution says Congress shall make no law respecting or establishing of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the...
The gentlewoman's time has expired. The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Shut her up, MTG. Just shut her up. Such nastiness. Well, after the committee meeting, Jasmine came out and she was confronted by a journalist who was asking her if she's going to apologize for basically insulting Governor Abbott for being in a wheelchair. Just basically the things that they accuse Trump of being ableist. She is blatantly ableist. And she asked her if she was going to apologize. And basically the answer is no. She didn't say no. She just said, I made my statement. Check it out.
I put out a statement regarding that.
You didn't apologize.
I put out a statement. Why would I apologize when I put out a statement? My statement was clear.
But you didn't apologize for calling him Governor Hospital when he gets around in a wheelchair.
I don't know how that's offensive. I don't understand.
People with disability
need me to repeat this to you.
Right, but why won't you apologize?
I put out a statement.
They didn't have an apology.
So read my statement.
I did read it. It didn't have an apology.
Okay. Well, I'm done.
You don't feel bad about making fun of someone who is in a wheelchair? Calling her Governor Hot Wheels?
So CNN, fake news network, for the first time in years, held one of their own accountable. And they called it out. Now, of course, they're going to call out Trump, you know, Orange Man bad, January the 6th, you know, Russia, and all of that jazz. But this was something that surprised me. Check it out. Look at how many people actually call her out.
It is rich. And let me tell you, I have been very, very out there on criticizing Trump for that disgusting rhetoric that has coarsened the language around politics. It's gross. He's why we got here. And what she did was disgusting. And I am not going to accept her spin of this. It's disgusting and gross to mock someone who is disabled just because you don't like them. And if Democrats, this is your idea, this is what your party is going to do now, is do Trump, but gross, but worse, and then pretend it's not. I'm not here for this, and please do better. Please, this cannot be the answer for the future of the Democratic Party.
Here's how I see it. She's new. She's young, and she's trying to find her way. I think that this party is scrambling, trying to seem tough, and I'm seeing this party traffic in a lot of curse words. That's supposed to be like the new cool thing to do. I don't think that's going to be as useful. I've even heard Pete Buttigieg with a whole bunch of curse words. I don't know who gave that memo. I don't think that's very useful. I think you have to be very careful when you're talking about people with disabilities. And I don't think she was careful. And I don't know her enough to say she's not being honest. But I'm going to tell you, it sounded bad. And I just want to finish. I think this party is trying to find a way to look tough and to show fight. But this is not the way. I don't think the cursing is going to work. I think I've been on stage and I've gotten, a little bit hyped sometimes too. I hope that she will take this as lessons. You talked about learning lessons, that type of stuff. It doesn't sound to me like she's actually taking full responsibility. If that's true, I don't like it, and she can't do that again. She's too important to us to do that again.
What I fear is that
Now, if you thought that was a pearl clutcher, the cackling hags on The View, not all of them, but because Joy was just like sweeping for her. But Whoopi and these other chicks, I don't want to learn their names. They even called her out.
Last night, Texas Governor Greg Abbott responded to a comment made about him by Jasmine Crockett. And we're going to show you. Take a look.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey.
This is another day and another disaster by the Democrats. The reality is they have no vision, no policy. They have nothing to sell but hate. And Americans are not buying it.
Now, Congresswoman Crockett denies she was mocking Abbott's disability. She says she was referring to his use of trains, planes, and automobiles to transfer migrants around the country. She should not have made the comment at all. But Joy...
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking when I saw this about, where was the outrage from Abbott when Trump was doing that?
Yeah. It's always about Trump. What about Trump? What about Trump? The whataboutism, I am so over it. I'm so over the whataboutism, okay? Listen, Trump owns that mockery, okay? And we stand behind him. But aren't you guys supposed to be the morally superior party? Aren't you supposed to be the party that's supposed to care for women, care for the children, care for the handicapped, care for the blacks, care for the Hispanic? I mean, you're supposed to be the party that cares for everyone. You people have a problem with us saying the word retard. Because as soon as we say it, you're like, that's ableism, that's ableism. But when somebody on your side actually is ableist and then doubles down, now it's like, what about Trump? Girl, bye.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. Oh, I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's going to always make me laugh. Oh, okay.
That was about a reporter named Serge Kovaleski who suffered from a condition that restricts joint movement. And he had interviewed Trump many times in the 80s. So he was basically making fun of the guy's disability. And I didn't hear the outrage then.
We're not outraged over our own because we own our own. And we're not trying to pretend to be morally superior than you, battle axe. You guys are always like grandstanding, virtue signaling, saying basically like policing us over your morality. But yet instead, when we hold you to it, what about Trump? What about January 6th? What about Russia? It's like you guys always deflect.
she's right or wrong.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about
Nobody
her,
should be
she was
yeah.
looking for a way to say hot mess and hot wheels.
Yeah.
And, you know, you should leave that stuff to the comedians.
I think she should just own it, because Jasmine Crockett is a very talented politician.
Yeah.
Crockett, sorry. Is a very talented communicator, politician. She's effective. People gravitate towards her. This was beneath her, because Marjorie Taylor Greene, we expect that. That's the only way she can get a headline, is by saying crazy stuff, and then everyone looks.
I don't think Marjorie has ever made a mockery or actually demean someone who is handicapped.
Representative Crockett is so much better than this. So I think it would have been really relatable, because the rest of that speech, if you watch it, she's really impassioned. She says, I'm going off script. What I love a politician to do is say, you know what, I said that. I shouldn't have said that, and then move on, because then everyone would move on with her. She's just too good for this.
I agree with that, because I respect her, but it's just never okay to mock someone's disability, whether you're Donald Trump or Jasmine Crockett.
She said she's too good for that, dude. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm finished laughing.
And he was paralyzed from the waist down, Governor Abbott, and when he was 29 years old, a tree fell on him. It's a tragedy, whether you like him or not. That's just off limits. And I think it raises this bigger point that we encounter in the Trump era, where just because he or some people like him go low, if we all go low back in response, then you just end up down in the mud. Things don't get better then. And right now, there's this whole question, like, should Democrats fight harder? Should they name call back? Should they shout? I think they should be strategic. I think they should. I don't think that the names help.
They're too emotional to be strategic. They're really too emotional to be strategic and unhinged. And like, you guys clap like seals because she's a black woman and she can't do no wrong. Then she gets a big head. And that's the reason why she's not apologizing.
Right now, there's a Wisconsin Supreme Court race that Elon Musk is pouring millions of dollars into to get the Republican seated. Democrats have a chance to fight there and have a strategic, tangible impact. Or Mike Waltz's seat in Florida, the national security advisor, is up in a special election. You could win a House seat. Do that rather than the name calling and trying to get headlines.
But the reason Donald Trump has...
I don't want to hear about, but Donald Trump, but January 6th, but Russia. Okay. I don't want to hear that. Let's listen to some. I think I only got like 2 people, because I didn't want to get a whole bunch of people from Instagram and TikTok who were actually talking against Jasmine Crockett. But here's the one I picked up so far.
When I say I love everything about Texas, I love how big we are. I love that it takes you a long time to get in and up out of our state. I love that people are flocking to Texas because they see that it's a lot of opportunity out here. I love that our governor has protected our borders and shipped all the illegal criminals up out of here. I love that about Texas. What I don't like about Texas is Jasmine Crockett. I don't like how she is a representative of Texas and she does not move with dignity and class. Not the type of dignity and class that I'm used to seeing. Like, Texas is a prideful state. Like, we really do feel like we are our own country over here. But Texas is a prideful place, and for her to disrespect Governor Abbott the way that she did, like, yes, there are other people who have called him that. However, we talk about our family inside the house, but when we get outside the house, you show nothing but respect to your family. You don't say them same things that you say behind closed doors to the public. It's just classless. And Governor Abbott, regardless of what people say about him, he has done a great job as our governor. And we have created lots of jobs. Our economy is good. Things are good over here in Texas, except for Jasmine Crockett. So when it's time to vote her out, Texas District 30, Sheldon Daniels, that's who we want. We want Sheldon Daniels representing this great state of Texas. And we want Jasmine Crockett to stop disrespecting our governor. We want Jasmine Crockett to stop with the rhetoric against Elon Musk. And why did she bop that White House reporter like that? Sister girl, you are a state representative. You are going to be asked questions. You can't get in your feelings and hit reporters whenever they're asking you questions that you don't like. You could have just easily walked away. You did not have to put your hands on. Now you're facing an assault charge. And for what? Then on top of that, the words that you said against our governor, we're going to respect Governor Abbott around here. So this is just a PSA to everybody in Texas District 30. Vote for Sheldon Daniels. Get Jasmine Crockett up out of there. I don't like her. It's time for her to go. She is just making us all look bad.
Imagine you are in corporate America and you have a coworker like Jasmine Crockett. Just imagine you're in middle school and you have a fellow student in your class who acts like Jasmine Crockett. In the past 24 hours, this woman called for Elon Musk to be, quote unquote, taken out. That's a threat, okay? That's essentially a death threat. Then she scratches a reporter in the Capitol Hill, all right? I mean, this is Charles Downs. He's a reporter for Laura Loomer. She scratches him. His hands have scratches on them from those long nails of hers that she puts on to act like she's Cardi B. And then she goes to the Human Rights Council. She's standing there with human rights behind her and says Governor Abbott is a hot-ass mess and he's Governor Hot Wheels. Governor Hot Wheels? Governor Abbott had an accident about 40 years ago where a tree fell and snapped his spine, okay? Governor Abbott is a disabled man who stays in a wheelchair because he cannot walk. And this woman calls him Governor Hot Wheels. Jasmine Crockett acts like she is Glorilla or Ice Spice or Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion. She's none of the above. She's an Ivy League educated woman, okay? She's a lawyer. She's very intelligent theoretically, right? She is not who she's acting as. She's acting this way because she's trying to bring in a coalition of people that don't vote normally to look at the Democrat Party and say, yes, queen. No, Jasmine Crockett, you're not a queen. You are queen of the ghetto. And here's the thing. You're not even. You're a poser. You're a fake. You're a fraud. You're a phony. And you think you're going to get away with this. You think that you can continue to act this way and not get censured or expelled. Well, you already got a censure in Congress. Hopefully they vote on it. And hopefully they actually censure you. But in reality, I've seen people get expelled from Congress for much less than this. Jasmine, get your head together. Get your act right. All right? Just stop. You're not AOC. You're not going to steal the thunder of AOC. Nobody knows what you actually do in Congress other than make these little Breakfast Club phrases. You're a hood rat. And you're not even a hood rat. I mean, who acts like that when you're not even like that? You are an educated woman. Act like it. Be the person you actually are. Be worthy of some respect. Stop trying to act like you sit there and play around with Young Money and Birdman all the time, being the little hoe for them. You're an educated woman. Talk like an educated woman. Stop trying to act like you're a hood girl. You're not a hood girl. You're trash. Get the eyelashes off your eyes. Get that tacky little weave off your head and start acting like an actual congresswoman. 197,000 people voted for you. You think this is representative of what they want? You think this is what people look for? You're threatening Elon Musk. You're walking around scratching people like this is Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who the are you, Nene Leakes? Who are you? Get your head together. Go find Jesus or somebody. I don't know who you're talking to, but you're acting like a fool. And it's a shame. There's 435 members of the United States Congress. The fact that you are acting like this as one of them is a stain on the entire United States of America. Be ashamed. Be ashamed.
And there you have it, taters. So, I think Miss Jasmine Ratchet is in the hot seat. I mean, things are not working well for her. She got big in her britches, as my grandmother used to say. But nevertheless, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to give me a like. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Later, taters.